last December 19th, 2024 in the whole year. And I am here. I'm doing what I do every Thursday, or just about. But I'm doing an actual moving my car. We have a thing called all-side parking here in New York, here in Queens. And so what happens is that we have to move the car so they can clean the streets. They come with the street sweeper and a big old metal robot. And what they do is that they come and they sweep the streets. I've let the car warm for a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and move to a different location. Another day, I'm going to go ahead and do some errands. So you're going to come with me and do some errands. As you can see, my beautiful roof. Remember before I had my old roof in my own car? How terrible it was? Well, now it's much better. Fix this up so it's nice and straight with all those OCD people out there. All y'all who watch Monk, right? We watch all the Monk episodes. We actually did that, and that was actually pretty cool. Let's go for a drive, shall we? Let's go. Oh, yes. That's my car. Thing is, if you don't move the car by, let's see, right now it's 8:30. If you don't move the car, what happens is they give you a nice little ticket. And the ticket usually ranges from anywhere from 60 to whatever they feel like, So you have to pretty much move your car if you want to, not have to work extra, because they'll be on your butt if you have to, work extra to pay for your tickets. When they don't really do that great of a job anyway when they sweep the streets, and show you the streets, but I mean to show you what street or area where I live at. So. But anyway, so this is really cool. Today is like the day I'm gonna go for a nice little run to Home Depot and get some stuff. I'm gonna take opportunities to warm the car because what happens, you have to keep the car running. If you don't run the car, then what happens, the car will run out of batteries. I think it's an alternator thing. I honestly think so. My neighbor came along yesterday and he helped us out with that. He took his little thing and he puts it on a terminal and he was like on a terminal. And that helped us out a lot. That actually helped us with getting the car going. So I'm going to drive now and almost there waiting for the light to change. Signal, let's go. Cold. This is a big old car, man. I'm telling you, it's like the one we had before. I was so used to it, and this is a 2010 Dodge Caravan, Grand Dodge Caravan, and so this is like they don't make 2000 Dodge Caravans anymore. They stopped in 2020, and so this car is our car that we have that we got out of Facebook Marketplace. Let me tell you the story out real quick. It was we got it and it actually worked out. So I have to give a shout out. It actually worked out. We were actually very scared about it. The price went from like 2,700 to 2,000, and that worked out really good because what that means is that it saved us like $700, which we had to end up using for like repairs and for the DMV and all that stuff. Yeah, but for the most part, though, hey everybody, just want to say hey, good morning. What I'm doing some errands, and right now I'm just driving to Home Depot. It's all inside parking day, and that holiday we always celebrate here in New York, where we have to move our car. Otherwise, they'll give us a little present for not moving it. People call it tickets. I call it. I could avoid that gift. Thinking about gifts, by the way, just talking about the whole idea with gifts. There's a thing where we talk about like how gifts. I've mentioned this before. That if a gift is forced, it's not a gift. It's a payment. It's a reward. It's a tribute. All those things. And so what happens, like if you force somebody to do something for you, then it's not really that great. It's actually you're forcing somebody to to take care of you in terms of like a gift. If a gift is an unearned special, you're not supposed to have to put anything into it to get a gift, right? But but then again, the gift is kind of like a reward, though. A reward because that person knows you. Take this right here. A reward because that person knows you, and what happens is like. A gift should not be forced. Pretty much what happens when kids are doing this whole thing, I want this for Christmas, that's really you giving them a payment for good behavior and all that stuff. So that's a reward. Remember that. A gift, no strings attached, any time of the year, whenever you feel like it, give a gift. Anyway, so that's what I've been saying forever. Anybody have had the same kind of idea, same kind of point of view to that? Oh my goodness, the guy carried a doll, and the doll looked so real, and I was like, oh my goodness, I had to kind of stare for a second, and I just kind of like, Right, so it was not a real doll. Of course it's not a real doll because it's a doll, but if there was a baby for a second, that's what it is. Because if you're carrying a doll, man, I want to show you guys what I see here in New York, but I'll do it when I get to Home Depot. All right, so what I'm doing right now is kind of charging up the car. Because yesterday we had a stall out, not stall out, but we had the battery needed to be jumped. Able to do that really well. Really good. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody doing okay? I haven't had breakfast yet. Let me show you guys some of the cool stuff. This is like here I'm driving, so I'm really driving. I'm actually right at the light right now, so I'm gonna show you this is the street right here, and you can see the moon, y'all. You can see the moon. Let me just zoom in on that moon. This is like one of those I always saw D-Wax C Wane, so this is C-Wax, so it's a waning gibbous. You know, so it's pretty much a waning gibbous right there. All right, let's see if I can position this a little bit better. I got a position right there. Okay, so you're gonna see me from that angle. All right, now let's take a look. This one shall be. All right, don't run people over. It's never good to run people over. Okay, never do that. Never do that. Never do that on live TV, live YouTube. Well, you know, don't do it at all. How's that? Just never do it. It's one of those things. Good morning. Okay, so my thought is this, right? Let me just go talk real quick. I have so many things that I'm working on. Today I have a sculpture I'm finishing up for a coworker. I can't tell you the details of it because if I do, I'm not sure the coworker's watching on my YouTube, so I'm gonna keep that keep that quiet. Turn on some of this heat, y'all. Some of this heat. Some of this heat from my feet. I brought some art stuff so when I get a chance to like warm his car up, so I can actually sit in here and do some artwork for you. How's everybody doing here? I'm doing good. I can't read it right now. I have to kind of, you know, read what the comment says a little bit. All right, so let's just talk about stuff. Yeah, I'm working on a puppet like I showed you before last time when I was working. I showed you guys some of the artistic puppet. I'm doing a marionette, and that I'm actually almost finished with that. The reason why it's taken so long is because it's like one, I'd never done it before, and I've just kind of like taken all the information into account. So I actually put some screws and kneecaps and all that stuff into it, and screws and bolts and all that stuff. And it was actually pretty cool to do that. I was just I was really happy actually to do this because what it meant is that I'm actually doing something I never did before. What is it? It says you NYC bro? Are you in New York City? Yes, I am. I'm in New York City. I live here in New York City. This is not like, see, New York City, whenever anybody from New York City refers to New York City, they're a city, and they refer to Manhattan. Those people who are outside the city, those who live outside, always refer to New York City as the whole thing. So all 5 boroughs, you know, little upstate and all that, all refer to that. But for us, we who live in the city, we call the city Manhattan. For those who live in, I live in Queens. I live outside the city, out of Manhattan, the city. So, there we go. Yeah, so I live here. I used to DoorDash a lot here. I did DoorDash for 3 years, and it would have been almost 4 years this year. Almost full. 23 would have been 3 years. Sorry, 2021. Yeah, it would have been 3 years. So I did it for 2 years and some months. Right. So what happens is like, it reminds me of the reason why I'm here is because I have to buy some creatures. I gotta buy some books for my lizard too as well. So okay, so what happens is I keep saying what happens is you have this thing where I'm doing a sculpture, which is a marionette puppet. I'm also doing a gift for a coworker for the Secret Santa thing, and then you have I have a couple more sculptures that are like commissions and stuff. I have another commission. Somebody asked me to make another joppa, and so that was cool. So the person who just purchased a joppa for me is asking for another joppa. And the joppa is my fish monsters, my chupacabra fish monsters, you know. And so what happens is like that's I can't see what happens. It's one of those one of my own IPs, you know. You hear that sound? You guys hear that sound? Yeah, that's the sound of $350. That's what it is. We have to fix this one part, and it still hasn't been completely fixed yet. That's what it's sound like. And the question is, if I should go buy some books. Now, I don't think Petco is open right now. But remember last week I went to go buy the lamp, and I decided to change my mind. Well, this week I actually bought it. I didn't put it on camera, obviously, but it's like we bought a heat lamp for my lizard. It's been pretty cold lately. Today is not so bad. What's it? 79. Let's take it right here. Okay, let's go this way. All right, here we go. So yeah, so then I'm going to do a couple of sculptures. I'm going to do a sculpture here in the car once you get the car nice and toasty. Oh my goodness, this car. One thing about this car, it has good pickup and it has great heat. Oh my goodness, thank God for that. And And so we can actually control the heat in the back for the kids and stuff too. And the kids have a separate heat. We all have separate heat and cooling, so you can actually warm up and cool down different parts of the car. I mean, it's a couple peripheral things. You know what I mean? It's a car. It's a good morning, friendly robot. Good morning, everybody. I am just really this is really cool. I'm happy about this. Listen, I've been doing some cool work, and I'm just excited to see what's going to happen next. Everybody cross the green lights, 30th Avenue. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, people. All right, so I'm gonna get to Home Depot in a little bit. I gotta buy a couple of things. I think maybe some I guess window stuff, for the window. Because I think it's been pretty chilly lately. I should buy some sheetrock actually. I might not do that. I might just buy some gloves and then call it a day. I don't really need any tape right now. I mean, I will in the future, and I think I have enough tape to cover the next couple sculptures I got. So I won't buy any tape, but I will buy some gloves. So there you go, make a left turn, babies. Left turn. Yeah, I learned how to drive when I was 20 years old. My dad taught me, and my brother-in-law taught me, and video games taught me. Video games taught me that I could be a threat to whatever's around, and the world runs around me. That's what I learned about in Outrun, the game Outrun. That's where I learned that. But then I also learned other ones like Midnight Club. But that was different. I was using your feet. It was Outrun. You had to use your feet and all that stuff. But I learned how to drive a tractor. I learned how to drive a tractor in school. I went to an agriculture high school, and somebody taught us about the PTO, which is a power takeoff for a vehicle, and that's that little spinny thing on a tractor that people get mangled in every year when the piece of the clothes gets pulled into it, or it gets too close to it. So we say stay away from the PTO. That's a power takeoff. That's like an engine extension, so you can attach something like the like the combiner or something, or like on the case when I worked on a dairy farm, we had the hay baler, right? Hay baler was right behind that. So when I made the hay baler, drove around the tractor, what happened was like the power takeoff would power the hay baler, so it would run through, all the hay would run through, and then it would chuck up a tied up bale into the wagon that was following behind it. It was pretty cool. We had to connect them suckers to a hello, Home Depot. There you go. Oh goodness. We had to connect them suckers to the power takeoff. So we can actually do it here. So this is the front door entrance. Yep. Oh, it's getting nice and toasty in here. Now it's starting to get heated up. Okay, let's see. Should I park here? I don't park too far away, but I gotta park to give you guys some story as I do this, Alright. You're like, why do you go to Home Depot so much? Well, because I used to work at Home Depot, okay? I used to work. There was this store I used to work at. Not this store. I used to work at another store. And I'd go there a lot. So I could park closer. I'm going to park somewhere where it just, one of those things where if you park in such a way that no one's going to scratch up your car. I don't know if I've gotten any dings on this thing. It seemed like I have. But for the most part, what happens is like, it has. Whoo! All right, here we go. Yeah, so what happens is this. I'm going to go get some stuff. Before I do that, I'm going to show you guys some of the cool things I have here. Right? This one I was working on yesterday. Well, you know this one already. This one yesterday, but I worked on this one when we went to before. This is a Diplocalus, but it's 6-legged Diplocalus. So it's like I call him like an alien Diplocalus. He's got little things like that, but he's kind of like a 6-legged thing. So he's kind of special. The other one I have is Deli. This is Deli, and you've seen Deli, and he's a Deli with his tongue. He goes and his tongue comes out like this. So I always make his tongue go like this to the camera. So he's Deli. Hello. Okay, so that's Deli right there. Right, that one. This one is it's a penguin. My daughter, she loves penguins, and it's inspired me to make this for her. So this one has a backpack. You've seen it already. He glows in the dark. I took him to my work, and I put him in the fire. If you haven't seen him in the fire, it's pretty cool. So this is a penguin, and appropriate for the weather. But the one that I worked on yesterday was this one. This one, we went ice skating yesterday, and so I made this while we were at the ice skate, which is like, an octopus, right? And so one of my favorite creatures, like I've shown before, I'm gonna do like some henna. Maybe not today, but maybe like someday soon. Because what happens is like today we're gonna go do family pictures today, so it's gonna be really cool. So I'm just gonna get this done early. So what this is like this here is a octopus, and this here is a shell. When you put them together, you have that cool ammonite shape. You see the ammonite shape right there? This is the ammonite. And ammonite is pretty much one of those extinct shells that are really cool. I have to finish it up, but see, as you can see, this is how I sculpt myself. I don't put anything on the inside. So this is like an ammonite shell, right, on top of a octopus. So yeah, so it's a ammonite octopus shell. It's pretty cool. So you have that, right? So anyway, so that's I was making this yesterday when we were ice skating because I didn't go ice skating because I'm like, I can't risk getting injured because if I get injured, then it's kind of one of those things, and I don't have any more days off at my job. Yeah, we had a situation there. Okay, this is cool. So I also have this is my this is from I have these power plug things, right, for my things that I have in my car. The reason I have that is so that I can actually if something happens, I can take care of the car myself, situation. Then what else I have? I have this selfie stick. I love this selfie stick. This one here. This is the selfie stick that I got for the airport. I remember showing you this before. It has a tripod thing with a leg, and it's like a quadrupod. There's a four-legged thing, right? And you have it to against pinch hazard. This is a four-legged thing, tripod thing, right? And this guy was gonna throw this away. He was gonna throw this away, so I had to repair. This part here was broken. This part here is broken, which is a very simple fix, but that works out really well for me. So I was able to fix this because it's not that bad of a fix. I went down to 99-cent store and I got the part. And this part here you can put a camera on. This part here is a selfie part where you can actually open it up and you can hold your phone, which is cool. Put the phone right in there, which I'm gonna do right now. And I'm gonna take that with me. We're gonna go a nice little walk to Home Depot. So let's go do that. All right, so I'm gonna put this right here right now, right? And okay, cool. So here it is here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my keys, right? And then let's go for a nice little walk because we'll get some gloves, right? I might get some other things of opportunity, but for the most part, the things I'm looking at right now is just pretty much some gloves. So I got my things right here. Let's see, I can bring. See, what should I bring? Should I bring deli or should I bring one of the other? Should I bring the squid or should I bring deli? I don't know. Who do you think? Okay, I'll probably bring this deli. Deli. I can bring the cute one. I'll bring the cute one. How's that? Dilly's like, I'm the cute one. Yeah, sure. These guys don't talk, by the way. I made that voice, in case you wondered. This here, I'll bring the squid. No, the squid. Okay, what I'll do, I'll bring the cute one. Right? I'll bring the cute one with the big eyes. Like, yes, love me, say that you love me. Okay, well, I'll take you on a trip. Let's go. Yeah, so yeah, I walk around the city with my stuff. All right, cool. So hello folks, I'm gonna go for a nice walk. Let me go ahead and shut this car down. Let's go for a walk. Let's go get this thing done, baby. All right, so here we are, walking to Home Depot. All right, just locked my car. I'm gonna flip it so you can see it. All right, I'm gonna flip this up so you can see this. All right, a little bit of show. I'll break this here. All right, here we go. Oh, look, all right, I pretty much got up. I guess here goes this. Flip it, and there you have it. Home Depot. Right? To the Home Depot. I'm gonna flip it back so I'm not obnoxious here. Alright, we're like, hey look, there's a guy with a selfie stick. Let's have him twist this way. Alright, so I'm already obnoxious with my little creature walking around, right? So let's go. Okay, let's go. Hello, good morning. How are you doing? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy holidays. Do you know what gloves are? Gloves, like vinyl gloves? I like. Cool. Thank you.
Working gloves?
Yeah, no, I'm just like a package of the plastic gloves, like the.
Oh yeah.
This one?
Right here.
This one? Okay, cool.
What's that? 45 of them.
All right, cool. Thank you. Yep. So here it goes. I'll get some gloves, baby. All right, so here goes this one here. 45. So folks, this is me just doing what I do. And yes, this is how I am naturally in real life, so it's not like another show. So we're doing this thing on my yeah, I used to work here. I would. I'd walk with the people and bring them to where they need to go to. So we have gloves. Let's see, there's none here. All right, so we figure this out. In my department I used to work at was I worked at the first I worked in the parking lot. For some reason they had me work in the parking lot, even though I have like all this experience and I have all this like management type skills. I put me in the parking lot for like 10 months, and then like, oh sorry, put you in the wrong spot for 10 months. And then after that they put me in the garden department, and I worked in the garden department as a garden person. So that was one of my favorite because I had garden training from my high school, which is very good. So that kind of fit really well. The other part, was that garden trades principles. Here we go. See, I had to find it myself because I used to work on them too. Okay, so this one here, it's $20 for this one. 50 vinyl, fits most. So here's this. You get this one. That was like $12 for this thing. My goodness. Alright, 50 gloves. Okay, 50 gloves is good. Perfect. Let's not get these. Alright, let me go look at what I normally look at, which is my sculpture art, which I go get masking tape. High grade, by the way. I don't use regular grade masking tape to make my art. You have to use high end because if you don't, you get odd encounters and stuff in terms of like how things work out. You have to make sure that you get like the highest grade of masking tape you can get. Oh wow, this is so cool. These are all cool like art stuff. You see this here? Not art stuff, but this is like cool. I don't have DeWalt stuff. I'm more of a Ryobi person myself. So there's Ryobi stuff. This is like, let me show you. This is like the hedge trimmer stuff and everything like that, which is pretty cool. A chainsaw, compact pruning chainsaw. This is so cool. $49. I mean, I do have a chainsaw at home, but it's like I do have a chainsaw because I used to cut trees. I was the Christmas tree cutter person too. So when I started working at the here at the garden department, they had me cut the trees, and so I was in charge of that. See, the thing is, like, remember, a job, once they know you're smart or you have some kind of intelligence to you, they're gonna milk you for all you're worth. Let me tell you, that's how it works. Just don't forget that when you work any job, the second they smell that you have intelligence, they'll take you for a ride. So yeah, so you have to kind of act dumb. I mean, if you want to stay in your position, I guess you act dumb. But if you want to, like, become a different person, a better person, conquer the world, then you have to do other things. See, now the thing is, like, I have to I'm gonna buy this. I need some clear tape. Let me show you the tape. See, here's the tape stuff. So here's like different tapes. The prices fluctuate, If anything, if you're really smart, what you do, you buy some stock with the company. Buy stock with 3M stock, or you buy stock with Home Depot. And whenever they make a sale or improve, that means whenever you're buying stuff, that goes up too. And it's good to buy stock that you can afford and watch the price go up. Remember, someone said to buy it when it's. I have no advice. I can't give you any stock advice, but what advice I give you is that this is my opinion. But for the most part, that what it means is that you can actually get. I need some clear tape. You can actually make something that's or buy something when it's low, and buy it when it's low, and it'll go up in price. Yesterday I was working on something like a let's see, I need to find some clear tape. Just clear tape real quick. You heard him, right? He said, go to file 45. It was in file 40, like file 41 or something. But anyway, so I need some clear tape. To buy tape like this. Well, I have that kind of tape. I need a different kind of tape. See, each one has a different. See, this one, let me show you what I mean with the tape. See this here? See the number here? See the number right there is 2020? This is the type of tape that I use when I sculpt stuff. See, I don't use blue tape. Blue tape is just original. There's nothing to it. All right? Well, 2090. But this one here, it's like, this doesn't hurt my hand, but it's also high grade. So, yeah, so definitely feel free to buy that because I have stock with this company. So, yeah, definitely go ahead and, when you see that, think about that and buy it. But for the most part, that was like this. So when I was working cutting trees, my cutting trees like the garden stuff, when I was doing that, what I found is that I would come home smelling so nice the kids and everybody were like, wow, Dad, you smell like Christmas trees. Yeah, like it was evergreen. We had the spruce and the Douglas firs, and that was some really cool stuff there. Oh, look at this. All right, we got this here. Check the prices. You're looking at this. You have, see, the music is playing, and it's like that's gonna take away from my thing. I gotta make sure I don't get the whole song, so I gotta pause for a second. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. Okay, so this one, I'll just buy this one and be done with it. Let's go for a walk. Let's look at some of the cool tools, shall we? Clear tape. Clear tape. It's so hard to find clear tape. It really is. Okay, so anyway, so what happens? It's like when you oh, look at the poinsettias. Look at the cool poinsettias. Look at this. Poinsettias. It's so cool. The red plant. The red plant. I have to make sure I don't get the whole song, otherwise I can't monetize it. So I gotta mute you for a second, so watch out. So pretty much, I have to figure out. Okay, this is what else do I need? I need the windows. Those windows things. You know, the cool window things. I'm trying to get those. There's a problem when you have like you record like just, records the sound. It's the clearance stuff. All the cool stuff, the clearance. All the cool clearance stuff. This is always cool. I just actually says, look at this. Oh my goodness. I gotta pause this sound for a second. Yeah, the reason I had to break it because otherwise they'll give you. Look at this. Look at the pole saw. $100 in clearance, which means that's gonna go out of biz. But it's also the right voltage. It goes show me before 18 volts. You have that going with you. That's pretty good stuff. All right, that's what I have to say. That's a good song. I love this song. This is the first song I ever heard from what's her name? Tina Turner. Do I need to buy dolls? Do I need to buy dolls? I mean, making that puppet? I don't know. Okay, I can't spend too much time. I have to kind of like get back to my task at hand, So let's see if we can do this real quick. Do I need any other screws, bolts, washers? Washers are always good, man. Washers are always good, but washers are kind of expensive. I probably have to go to the 99-cent store here. Oh wow, magnets! Look at this, y'all. Magnets. See, the reason why I liked Home Depot, well, I still could do, is because it's a do-it-yourself store. I'm a do-it-yourself kind of person. Do the work yourself, make it yourself, and get all these things. I mean, if there was other stores, I'd probably go to that one. But it's Michael's. That's like a craft store. I've actually thought about working there at one point, but for the most part, this is the stuff here. This is the magnets, and really powerful magnets. These magnets are wow. Then you have screws. Look at this right there. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pretty much buy the gloves and be done. That's what I'm gonna do. So here's the gloves. Anything else? I know I probably need something else. I know I probably do. Think. What else do you need? I need that window thing. Let me ask a question. Money. Okay, these have the window stuff in front, so this is where it went. Yep, here it is, window stuff. Here's the window boxes. It's like insulation. I have to pause it because it has between. Okay, so here's these ones here. The window pack here is 4x6. It's only $1.93. Oh my Lanta. Okay, it's 4 packs. Let's see, $1.40. Okay, well that's great. It was $5.93. Instant save. Well, that's great. We'll buy 2 packs of that. We'll buy some of this. Yeah, we'll go pay for it cash, baby. All right, let's go pay for it cash. Let's go do this. Yeah, we'll do this cash wise. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Let's just pay for it in the self-checkout. Meet people. I'll meet people like that.
I wish those are really expensive. My husband tried those on.
Yeah.
No, the apple one.
Apple has one?
Apple.
The 5. How are you doing today?
Oh my god. Where are you going with that? What's that?
Oh, this is I make art out of masking tape. I used to work for Home Depot back in the day, and what happened was like when I used to work inventory, I did for the 40 days of the inventory. I started making little creatures and stuff in my out of well I had tape, my own tape. What happened was like my coworkers would ask me to make stuff. For them. So anyway, I turned it into a whole business. So this is like the whole business model of creatures. You can touch it. The business break.
Oh, that.
Yeah. It's like he's all flexible. People always think it's like
It says masking. Oh.
yeah, only masking tape. Yeah. So the eyes are a little resin.
So how long does it take you?
Well, it depends. Some of them, I can do something in like 15 minutes, and sometimes it takes me much longer.
So is it good?
Yeah, it's good. I don't have any my things right now, but I'm online. I do online Instagram. Instagram. One life must art. One life must art. Must art. One life must art. One word. All right, God bless you. Oh, cool. So I got my stuff, and I paid cash for it, baby. All right, so cash. I didn't mess with our accounts. It's really cool. Got a chance to share my business. That's what I do. Right? And so here's that. So I'm gonna go to the car. So I got my stuff. I got the stuff at the window. I have my little picture. And gonna go back home. One life must art. Hope you could remember that. It was really cool. So yeah, so this is the scenario there. This is me walking back to my car. Okay, so yeah, this is what I did. So this is me doing errands, and yeah, pretty much. I'm really excited about the fact that it's like I'm gonna go home. I got some more gloves. That's great. So I can work on some more stuff. There's some more like more dangerous chemical stuff I'll be working on today. Hopefully I can get this stuff done before it gets too cold. Because around 5 o'clock today we have our pictures, so we're gonna be doing that. Let me see. I'm gonna open this car up right now. Hold on. Open up, baby. What is this? Looks like glue. Looks like glue. Look at the crazy glue. Let's see. Show you. Look at this right here. Crazy glue. Right there. Looks like crazy glue. This is that glue that you always see. What do you call it? Like remember the original one? They had the glue and stuff that you would do, and it would have that little pin in it, which is that exactly looks like that. I would take it, but remember how that always stick fingers. You always get your fingers stuck. Anyway, so yeah, so this is the tripod. So I was able to get that stuff done, which I'm really grateful for. Thank you, Jesus. I had a chance to do that. All right, so here's me again. And so what we're gonna do now is I'm pretty much gonna drive home. Okay, I paid cash for that, so it was great. I don't have to worry about the accounts. See, things when you buy something like money, right? Like your card, it has a service fees to it, so you end up paying cash and tax and all that stuff. So this one came up to like $11. I got the window stuff, get that good for the fam, so the family would be happy with that. Because you don't have to winterize the windows. We haven't got a chance to do that because we've been so busy. So next is the gloves, because gloves are really important, like vinyl, and this fits most, you know. This is a 50 count. 50 count. All right, cool. And then we have this one here. I don't even know the name of this one. I remember that when I was making, we were at the car accident we had this year. I had this with me, and I actually, hey, how you doing, Yuki? And then so, good morning. What happened was like this was I had another one, and I gave the one that I had to Manu. So there's a person, her name is Manu, and she's really cool. One of my survivalists from the show Naked and Afraid, and so she was on that show, and they did one of those super ones, a special edition one. So she has the other one to this one. You know, she has her sculpture, and this one goes with it. So yeah, that's that. I got my receipt, and so this is a receipt for Uncle Sam. Yeah, it's cash. So, all right, next up, let's see, we have. Let me make something. I'm gonna work on a little bit of the ammonite right here. This is the well, I have a little gremlin here. It's a gremlin that's pre-finished. You know, I usually have gremlins. I bring them home. Oh, I totally had it in the bag. I didn't show you guys this. So these are another gremlins. So these are two gremlins that I have that I'm working on right now. Well, not really working on for any reason, but these are kind of cool. I always make a new gremlin every so often. So this one is like he's like hello. He's got the 3 fingers, right? Got the 3 fingers. One thing about masking tape, if you don't finish it, it catches all the hair on the floor or the tables, or hopefully on the floor. What happens like, or if your head, so what happens like you have to kind of just make sure that. But here's a gremlin 1, and here's a greglin. So remember that it's definitive by them 3 fingers, 4 fingers, 3, 4 toes, 3 toes. That's how you tell gremlin between greglin. Hey, that's just me. That's how I do it. But nevertheless, the one that I have in the movie. The movie, when you think about the movie, I like Gremlins movie 1 and 2. My family. My sister, she went out of her way to make sure I would be terrified of that movie, and she did a good job because I was so scared of it. And what ended up happening was like I ended up falling in love with the movie because I thought it was such a cool thing. But anyway, so I always make I remember when I went to I was 12 years old. I went to Dominica and I made one out of wire. Yeah, this is wire, the garbage wires, the ones that used to tie up the garbage metal things, aluminum little strips. That's pretty cool. I was able to make a whole gremlin with that, and I was pretty nifty, you know. I was happy to do that because I was able to take it to a whole different country and make it. But I was a little kid then, you know. And I made it I make the bat gremlin. So now I've made a bat gremlin, but I haven't made the bat gremlin because the bat gremlin is like, you know, it's pretty big. It takes a lot of space. And remember, everything you make takes up space, so that's why I make small things, because small things can fit really easily in, you know, things that are, you know, fit really easily in areas and stuff like that. So that way it's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, his mouth is like, wow, the mouth is like seal shut. Well, that's probably good. Probably good reinforcement, you know. Probably good from the seal. Oh my word, I have to get some more seal. You know what I gotta do? I gotta get home, because if I get home, I gotta go work on some more stuff. So let's go do that. Let's go back home. So here's he's carrying the fish and also the squid, which is here. Here's the ammonite shell, right? The back of the ammonite shell, and then here is the squiddy. The squiddy. No, not squiddy, more like the octopus. Right, and the octopus. This is what we were ice skating yesterday, and so I made this. So I have pictures on my Instagram of the penguin. We call him Slippy. My daughter calls him Slippy because she loves penguin. My daughter is a penguin person. I think penguins are pretty cool. You know, I have nothing bad about penguins, except they live in the cold. But that's not their fault. That's how God made them. And so here you have that. This is what the ammonite looks like. An ammonite, in my Dinosaur Candid story, I had this story. One of the creatures that were, you know, menacing the people were the ammonites. They call them sea destroyers, ammonites, and they were like this, you know. And there was one that switched over. There was another octopus, and the octopus name was Oberon. And that Oberon was actually the villain. He was like, in the smartest animal in the ocean, invertebrate, I guess, is the octopus. You know, it has no bones except the beak. And the smartest animal is the octopus. Of all the creatures with no bones, it's the octopi. So here, when you put it together, you have this cool, you know, ammonite, which is how it is, which is pretty cool. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I have 2 decisions to make. One, I either could buy some more. I might have to go buy some more. Actually, let's go for a ride, shall we? Let's do this. We have to go for a ride. I'm gonna take you with me for a ride. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, folks. For a nice ride here. That's the Hey, the thing light went up. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's okay, so that's cool. All right, let's go. Good morning, Rachel. Good to see you. Hope all is well. I'm doing some errands right now. About to go run and get some. I just finished my Home Depot run. Good to see you. Good morning. So now I'm gonna go get some bugs for my lizard bar. And so right now I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna run this person over because that's never good. Don't do that. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to see what kind of cool adventure you have for us today. I'm here in New York, and it is nice and chilly. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take a right turn here. Here we go. All right, folks. I'm heading out of the parking lot. I had to put a defragger on. What is that? Low wash. Okay, here it goes. The defragger. That one. You know, there are people who are here, and they're pretty much a lot of like workers. They call them day laborers, who kind of hang out outside in front of the entrance of the Home Depot. We're not allowed to be inside anymore before they used to be. And then what happened was that there was too many of them, so they actually had a thing where they couldn't, they had to put them aside and stuff. So yeah, so my project I'm working on today, I was just I wonder if you saw it. I'll show you real quick, Rachel. This is one of the my daughter loves this one. It's a penguini, and so this is the penguin. And it has it was doing like DoorDash and food delivery and stuff. Anyway, so it happens the back has a fish, and all this is made masking tape. Like it's 100% masking tape. I just dropped it on the floor. There you go. And then you have this one here. Was my one I made yesterday. We were ice skating, and I didn't go ice skating because if I go ice skating, I run the risk of getting an injury, and I can't do that with the job that I work. So I had to just not ice skate. So the whole family went ice skating, and I didn't. Alright, this is here. Alright, this right here is my ammonite. One of my stories of the ammonites were that I always had a dinosaur candidate story, which is about these dinosaurs who were trying to take over the political reign. It was during the time I started writing this thing when I was really stressed out. I was working this job, right, at a insurance company. I was working at an insurance company, and I was totally stressed out about that. And one day, my young son, who was like about 1 year old at the time, what happened was that he had a high chair, and I had these little 2 dinosaur figurines, little plastic dinosaur stuff, and I put them in the chair. And when I had them there, I just had one was 2 different little cup holder things, and he was like so excited about that. And I was like, oh my goodness, like 2 different dinosaurs running for a political reign, whatever. So what happened was I started writing the story, and that story became like my catharsis to just release all my stresses, Go this way. Go this way. Return. Get this way here. All right. I'm going to go to the. Hopefully it's open right now. 9:15. Okay, it should be open. So what happens is I started writing that, and one of the villains in the story was the octopus. Octopus was the main villain, and another one was they had these ships, these giant like cuttlefish, and it was all the crustaceans, all the mollusks were like the enemy of the land dwellers. It was like really cool. So you have like this the sea monster, and and anyway, so it happens like this is there, and you have that. Let me bring this back up real quick. Yes, this one here, fill that. Turn, and this one here. This is one of my favorite ones. This is like one of those that I have. This is my This is a deli. Please stop walking. Okay, good. All right, cool. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go get this. This here's. I don't know. I haven't named it yet. I need a name. Anybody got a name for this one? It's like I think it's a green thing with a with the cute little tongue thing looking like there, but it's not as cool. Deli is over here. I'm gonna go to pet over here. Where are you, Deli? Yeah. So for the most part, though, what happens what I was saying was I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the dinosaur story. The dinosaur story was it was pretty cool. I did like 1,000 episodes in those, and I have it on my other Instagram, which is Dino Candidates, DINO Candidates, and that one. Okay, cool. That goes open. Let's go take a left here, and let's go there. I should go to Otis and get some parts too. This is like where I kind of hang out. I actually had set up a table here once, and I made some sales with my art because it's really cool. If you think about it, you can make anything. Go buy a pet shop. Go buy a pet shop. Let's go make some animals. Let's go for a walk, shall we? Let's do this. Some bugs for Barb. So there it is. Shut this jamming off. Let's go. I saw that the cephalopod is fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is this one and deli. Yeah, here's my Dilly's right here. Here's Dilly, and he's like, "Hello, I'm Dilly," and he has this cool tongue, and I like that. So she's like, "Hello, everyone." Okay, so that's there with that. I am going to get some more. We'll get some bugs for my lizard. Go for a nice walk, shall we? Okay, here we go. All right, so the thing is, like, today we're gonna do some pictures, and I have to get this here. Make sure I don't forget those. Walk out. Let's go. And then so what we do is make sure. I know I have the keys. That's one. Should I take Dilly? And last time I took the family, I'll take Dilly. Come on, Dilly. Let's go scare some lizards, shall we? All right, let's see this one. Like a traumatized lizard. That's crazy. All right, let's go. So this is Petco right here. Good morning, Petco. This is Petco. And so this is where. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I like this is like I'm gonna fill up the cephalopod and completely make it. And here's a cat. A cat running by. There's a cat running by. A cat running by. There's going. All right, here we go. All right, so open up. I might run into doors this time. We're good. Well, that's the thing though. When I walk into places with the music, you know. I know you don't want to see me. You want to see the cool pictures. So I'll show you. Here goes. There goes. So cool. Here you go. Oh, this is so cool. You see this guy here? So I always wanted to have one of these little guys here. They're so cool. You know, and there's the one on the roof. The one guy had him like a gun, and he had him like little guns, and he was just like with his little tongue stuff. So you know, the deli is like, hello, how are you doing? Yeah. Anyway, let's see. We have here's Bearded Dragon. Our Bearded Dragon, when we got Barb, she was actually like much older. See, this one is. Our Barb is way bigger than this one here. I'm gonna put this lizard away. It's difficult, so I don't scare. So here, so this is really cool. This one's like you know, I still can't tell them apart. See, this one here, this is like the kind of food called mealworms. And mealworms are like very not so good for lizards, by the way. I mean, one thing I found out about them is that they don't die right away. The best ones are the pseudoworms. This is so cool. Hey, buddy, how you doing? All right. All right. Here's So ours was a rehome. Our lizard was a rehome, and I like geckos. Geckos are one of my favorite. I used to have the ones that walk on the wall. These leopard geckos are not real geckos. Nope, they don't do the whole wall thing, and they have eyelids. Which is like, what kind of lizards are you? Well, they're sand ones, I guess. So these leopard geckos are cool. But I like these ones. This one I like because they have the feet. See the little feet, the laminae. There's what we call. The thing about their feet was really cool is that they have the ability, you know, see the feet. They say that the one little toe is enough to actually hold up a person as 200. They hold up a person 200 grams, 200 kilograms, 1 foot, one little toe. Because what happens is that their toe is so powerful, and so they have to. It's almost like called Van der Waals force. This is pretty cool. And it's a thing where they're able to stick onto glass. So it's not like sticking on the hairs, like, you know, like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man did. No, it's more like, see these guys here? These ones here don't have the feet pads, right? And this one here, these do. And whenever they take a step, right, they do the reverse. You have to kind of like you know how you bend your fingers this way? Well, they have to bend their fingers this way to release the connection. So the Van der Waals connection, they do like this whenever they take a step. You ever see it in slow motion? They take their step, they take their feet, and they have to walk very reverse fingers. So these guys here, these leopard geckos, they have a thing where, you know, they're pretty cool. It's like, hey, you doing, buddy? What's up? You doing all right? And he's like, what? Why you bother me for? Okay. All right, cool. But yeah, so this one here, this one you guys here, you see this one here? I used to have flying geckos. Flying geckos were one of my favorites. I love them because they're so cool and they have little flaps of skin. So yeah, I mean, I don't make geckos too much anymore. I have one that we went to the Niagara Falls with, but for the most part though, that's one of the things where I like flying geckos. They're really cool stuff. He's like, hello. He's like, hello. I'm going to walk slowly. Look at me. I'm walking slowly. I just love them. All right, so what I'm doing, right? See, these are the kind of ones that, for example, you see this one. This is called a superworm. See superworms? You see the details, how different they are? You see, these are different. Waxworms now. They're like little white worms. And see, but they're not really worms. See, these are caterpillars. These turn into beetles. Isn't here trying to darkline beetles? No. I forget what kind of beetle they turn into, but they're big, and literally likes them. The other one turns into this one here. There's mealworms. The mealworms you saw before. Mealworms are like, they're kind of like we don't feed Barb mealworms because they're. I used to have lizards, and well, the lizard's not strong enough to break it down. When it happened and there's trouble, they can actually dig their way out. Waxworms now they turn into moths. They're like these are pretty much all dead in this one here. So I'm gonna put this down there. This one here, you never kind of get the ones on the first shelf. But these guys could run your broke sometimes. All right, this here, see this here? These little white ones. Those are like they're caterpillar that turn into moths, right? They're pretty cool. And they turn into moths, and the moths are really good for them as well. So there's that. The price on these suckers are you're looking at mealworms, waxworms. Waxworms are about $6 a piece. I have the 50 count. There's a 50 count waxworms right there. And it's you're looking at $5, $6. Right. So usually I buy them in stock, but we have superworms already. Superworms again. These are superworms, right? I'll show you a comparison. Superworms, right? Right. You see the colors, right? And then these are the waxworms, mealworms. Mealworms, superworm. See that? Yeah. So there's that. All right. So I'm gonna put this back, and they run for about $8 a piece, $8.99. All right. So yeah, last week I was deciding whether or not to buy one of these infrared ceramic lights, right? And I did. I bought one, and I bought a dome to go with it because what happens is that Barb needs that because it's kind of chilly, where we are. So I'm gonna go buy this right now. All right. Oh, you want to see the fish? Let me show you guys some of the fish. Everybody always loves fish, so I'm gonna show you some really cool fish. I used to have fish. But fish, we have a love-hate relationship with fish. And also in my story for Candidates, one of the main characters' name was Fish, so Candidate Fish, and he was like a fish out of water, really trying to rule in the dinosaur domain kind of thing. And so what happened was he was trying to win. And so I never determined who won, or at least never got to the point where I determined who won. But it was one called Mallory Mercurosaurus, and she was like a long neck dinosaur. Another one was Alex. Alorex, which is like service call holding. Alorex, and he was like what do you call it? He was a Allosaurus, and another one called Ankylo Prime, and he was an Ankylosaurus. And each one of them I made like little dinosaur stuff, little stories to them, and it was pretty cool, Each one had a really cool situation to them, and then it became like it just kept on going, and then eventually I had to just stop it and say, well, you know what? Before I get to the conclusion of the story, let me just go ahead and stop it. But it was exciting. It was a group of creatures. Service call holding. It was a group of creatures, and they called them the fifth day, because like in the scriptures, the Bible talks about the fifth day of creation, and the fifth day of creation, there's a thing where the sea creatures and the land animals, sea creatures and the birds were made on the fifth day. That's why, like on the back of the penguin, it says the fifth day on the fifth day, and so the sea creatures and the birds are all made on that day. And the sixth day was when God made us land animals and man together. So that's really cool. So let's see. So these are cool. Customer service call holding. Go do that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Did they ever grow up? Probably not. They wouldn't be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like middle-aged or grown up Ninja Turtles or Kung Fu Master, whatever you want to call it. These I always thought was cool. These plants are nice. These are like the best, like bamboo plants that go in the water. Marginal plants with half in water and half above. This is pretty cool. I always want to do something like this for hydroponics, but I haven't got around to that yet because time reasons. Let's go buy these waxworms because these are really good for the lizard, and she eats these. Right now she's going through a thing called brumation. Let me just put it back to me so I don't bother the people. Alright, I'm gonna buy this real quick. Alright, the cash. I have this is $6. I'm gonna use the hello, good morning. Good morning, how you doing? This here. That number. Pause for a second. cool. So here we go. So I got my stuff here for it. And Billy says, back outside. Okay, so here we are, back outside. And it's a lovely day. Look at the sky. It's nice and blue. You know, one time I did this thing, right? We lie down on the grass and just look up at the sky. And when you look up at the sky, you have this thing where you can't like focus on anything because there's nothing to focus on. There's just the house. Look at this car. You want to see this car? It's a beautiful car of mine. Here it goes. Right here. This is my car. Kind of dense and stuff. I got to fix the rust spot too. I got the stuff to fix the rust spots. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. It's like, oh my goodness, look at all the bushes. This is new. Yeah, New York. And yep, that's my tires. That's right, baby. This is my car. And that right here. Yep. This is my car. It's so nice. So yeah. So for the most part, though, this is like I gotta fix some more stuff on this, but not today. Today's not a day to fix the car. Today's a day, ladies and gentlemen, where we go back home and we do some stuff. We're gonna work on some of our projects. Let's unlock the car door. Let's go on inside, shall we? Let's go ahead and prop our behinds into the car. And we're gonna sit down and we're gonna start working on some cool sculptures. What time is it? It's like, I should probably get back home and get that parking spot. 9:31. Let's even get that parking spot by the house. And that way I can be close to the thing, because at a certain time, if you don't park, right, you get to have a cool parking spot that's close nearby to the house. Otherwise, you gotta walk like $40. And you see all those videos where I have to walk home? That's where I have to walk far away. I have to walk far away from, to get to my location. So let's go do this. Even though it's right here would be a nice spot actually to make something. Oh my word, it'd be so cool to, no. See, this is the thing. I have to get home, right? And then find parking. And then when I get parking, I'm gonna go ahead and be able to work on some stuff until my stomach gives up because I'm so hungry. So what I shall do is I'm gonna go ahead and start driving, baby. Let's do this. So my friends, and this is what we do. We're gonna drive. Let's do this. So yes, I got my bugs. Got the window stuff for the windows. Got the gloves, got bugs, window, and gloves. So all the stuff we got today. We're gonna go ahead and drive home, my friend. So yeah, the dinosaur Canada story was really cool. I started using my animation for that, using a lot of Blender, and then I started like saying to myself, I've been spending a lot of time on this thing, and it was really good catharsis because I was really stressed out about working at a law firm. No, I worked at a law firm too, by the way. But working as an insurance person, and then working as an insurance person is really kind of like, if you labor a point, I didn't like it so much. I really didn't. It was my part that I didn't like, I'll tell you straight up, was that you have the thing where people were like, they would come to you for help and you couldn't help them, and you couldn't help them because what happened was the company would find a reason not to pay, and that was what I couldn't stand. Alrighty, hello my brother. Okay, so what's that? Low wash. Hold it for a second. Let me make this turn. Woo! Ooh, look at the big old bus right there. See that? Hello, big bus. You can see it pass in a second. Big old bus. So, folks, so what happened was that I got to a point where I said, okay, enough. I started doing the whole masking tape thing. This is back in 2020 when I finally stopped. So for 5 years, I made like 1,000 episodes, 1,090, almost 1,100 episodes of Dinosaur Candidates, and that was a really cool way of releasing all my stress from that, because when you have the people, right? Go ahead, thank you. All right, cool. So what happens is like when you had the thing with the insurance was very stressful for me, so I had to just get it, and I got over it. I started working at a new job. I left the insurance thing. Started working at Home Depot. And then that's when I started like just having a good time with that. And I started making the masking tape thing because I was trying to figure out what to do with the 3D printed stuff that I got. Because I started making 3D prints and I had Blender and I was making all these cool 3D print stuff. And then what happened was like I was saying to myself, what am I gonna do with this? And I thought maybe I'd make chess pieces or something. And I saw this guy named Marcus Makes, and he was making like dinosaurs. And instead of using the wire armature, he used masking tape. Then he put epoxy clay on it. And I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. So then he wasn't even, it was an in-between step. I know I must have said this before, but it was an in-between step for him. He didn't even care about the masking tape, Masking tape was inconsequential. I mean, I must have been like learned by 1,000 people before me. But the thing was like, nobody ever stopped to kind of stay there. I just kept on staying there with it. I didn't advance anymore. I've advanced since then, but for the most part though, when it was, it first started, I didn't know I didn't know that it was a thing. I really didn't. I just thought maybe, it's just never thought of masking tape. Thought of, wires and paper mache and all that stuff. But then so when people see this, they're always like, is it paper mache? And I'm like, no, it's not paper mache, it's masking tape. Anyway, so that's what I would tell the people. I don't say it like that because that sounds, it's how I normally talk. But if I was to normally talk like that, it'd be like, hey everyone, this is how I normally talk, but it's not how I normally talk. So yeah, so so what happens is I say that a lot. It's like my in between, my thinking phrase, kind of like the instead of saying I say what happens is it's like therefore. I'll be like therefore. Okay, we'll start with that one. Therefore, the creatures that I was making, each one of them had a different reference point. Each one had a different stuff coming into the situation, and they had to deal with the fifth day. The fifth day was the undersea creatures. They had, like, for example, all the undersea creatures. I said it before, but the creatures that were made on day 5 are the fish and the birds. We have the fish, and the birds. Right? I don't make too many birds, by the way. Birds are really difficult for me to make. It's really difficult because even though I can make birds, like for example, I like making birds that don't have feathers, because each feather is like, each feather is like a day and a half to make, not really a day and a half, but it's just one of those things where it takes a lot of time, and to make it right, it's better to make dragon wings, dragon wings, dragon scales, and reptilians are my favorite things to make. Reptilians and reptiles and crocodilians and everything herpetological, which is the study of reptiles and amphibians. I wanted to be a veterinarian for that, and I still can be, because you can actually do that. The only problem is that I'm not sure if I really want to as much as I wanted to before. But when I was younger, I really did. I thought the whole idea was a cool idea. But anyway, so back to the dinosaur candy story. So yeah, that was the fifth day. Their whole plan was to flood the earth again. Like Genesis flood with Noah flood the earth. They were like, let's flood the earth again because we don't need nothing from the sea creature. Which is ironic because I saw that. Later I saw that because I wrote the story in 2015, and the story was almost completed by 2020. So this is way before the whole Aquaman thing, right? When they tried to actually flood the world and stuff. So I was like, what? And so I was just like watching that. I can't believe they actually have a similar idea. But if you flood the world of all the land creatures, the sea creatures would be just fine. The sea creatures need nothing from us, And that was kind of the whole take of it. So the fish, being the fish, he had a role to play in trying to protect the land creatures, and they were like calling him traitor and stuff like that. So because the fish, we don't need nothing on land. We got our sunlight, we got our algae, we got our food, we got a whole life cycle underwater. We're meat with no feet, so we don't need to even touch the ground. So as for the people, we need the sea, and we need things from the ocean, and we need it, to breathe even, oxygen. The trees and the ocean make the oxygen for us, so it's to breathe. So that's something there. So anyway, so we need the land and we need the sea, and God made us that way, and to take care of it. So then what happens in the story, without spoiling the whole story, it's like they have to raise the first son, so let there be light, and the cephalopods are able to do that. Giant cephalopods. The giant story. Hey, you want to go? You want to go? Okay, go. So the cephalopods, right? They have a way to actually do that, and I made that in the animation because I was like, I couldn't keep making stuff, and so I had a giant cephalopod out of cardboard and stuff like that, just really big ones at home, and I was just like, oh my goodness, it's too big. But what it was, like, I pretty much live in a museum of natural history. I would go there like all the time, and there's a whole wing in there, right? I actually made an animation I just put on my Instagram the other day with all the different like stages of like Allosaurus Rex and his daughter, who got like affected by chemical poisoning or something like that, and she became like the Hulk type character. It's really cool. Anyway, so what happened was in the story, you have it where it's like in the story you have it where it's they destroy the museum, and it's really cool, like a little Iron Man type thing going on. But it was a lot of fun to put. If you get a chance to ever watch it, it's like 1,000 episodes, and you can just kind of start anywhere. There's numbers on each episode, and it tells you what episode it is. So it's like an episode, like it won't say like in the description of the picture. It's in the description actually. It'll say like episode number 1 or 2. And it was like I went to a friend's house, and I remember the first like episode 8 or something like that. They had like oh my goodness, just thinking about how we made this scene where all the creatures are running, all the dinosaurs are running away, and it's like in the scene they have it where it's like you have it where they got shot by a sniper kind of thing, and it's weird. As I'm saying that, I'm thinking how weird that is actually. Oh, look, a Tesla vehicle, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And then so what happens is like when it's Cybertrucks. So yeah, so what happens? Therefore, there's you know, they had a thing where the fish got shot and other candidates got shot too, and stuff and all those things. And it's just kind of weird. Just as I say it, I'm just thinking like that's crazy. Even though I didn't make it to be the same, like, you know, it was Hillary versus Trump back then, and I didn't make it with that. I had the idea, but I didn't make them those characters because, you know, I didn't want it to be like on the nose like that. I thought, you know what, it's kind of weird to have something like on the nose and political stuff. And as I try to get away from politics, I talk politics on my channel sometimes. You know, I have like one video dedicated to it. I'll talk about something or talk my opinion, whatever. But for the most part, though, I try not to. I mean, I do, you know, but I'm not like a news analyst, you know. So I just talk about. I'm more like an artsy person, so I'll talk art stuff. But I mean, I've had many lives. I've had many things I've done. You know, many things in life. I've worked in law firms, and I've worked in Home Depot, and I work at the airport now. And just see if I can get some good parking to be close to the house. Because today we're gonna get like stuff done to rotate, and right now it's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go home and work on these cool art things. I just can't wait to get this. The marionette is almost done. I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about just the, you know, whatever we have next. We have in store. I want to go for New Year's. What I want to do the polar bear skinny dip in the in the water. And I don't know. I mean, it's like I have that day off, so that actually works out great. I can actually have that day off. So I'm thinking about. I don't want to go there and die. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of heart attack or something. That'd be like, oh goodness, like, oh, he died in the first year. What are you doing? Stupid stuff. You know. But I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have like coffee ready and have everything warm and have a blanket and go jump in that ice cold ocean. Yeah, man. And after I go do that, and just be kind of one of those things where you just jump in. And I think to myself that would be really kind of fun. Maybe I just put my foot in it or something. But it'll crack it down when the sun comes up, you know, run over there and like, ha-ha, I free. It's like, freeze the jaybird, and then jumping over, and then I'd probably just, I don't know, hard. There's people who just do that. They jump into the water stuff, and oh my goodness. We did the Arctic one, that polar bear paint. And the polar bear paint, we didn't jump into water, but we were like painted inside, and then we jumped out into we went to the Union Square. We're in Union Square, Washington Square in Manhattan, and that was so cool. Andy Golub is awesome. If you get a chance to meet him, he's awesome guy. I remember when I first met him. I met him in 2011. I met him in Occupy Wall Street. I went to Occupy Wall Street. I did. I was when I'd have my job, I'd work at the law firm, and I'd go there when we go down to Wall Street to have the paperwork and stuff. Because we have to submit paperwork to the courthouses and stuff, right? And some courthouses, and there's a bankruptcy court down there. And so it wasn't too far. Occupied Wall Street wasn't too far. So in 2011, I would go there, and I mean, I saw him paint before, and he just started pretty much 2011 with stuff. But then I remember seeing him, and that was pretty cool to be able to go over there. And let me see if I can get a spot close. I hope we get a spot nice and close. All right, so right now we got like 15 minutes, so it gives me time to warm the car up. I should just park like right here. I'll be in the sunlight. I don't want to be in the sunlight. But you're gonna be in the sunlight. All right, so then I should just park right here. I'm gonna go. No. Oh, is that a spot? Is that a spot? I didn't put these garbage cans right there. See, they're so rude. I'm gonna land right here. I'm gonna land my butt right here. Is that boom? Yes, this is my spot. I'm taking this spot. I don't care about the parking cartel. I park right here. I'm gonna go right there. And then so, because there's a parking cartel. You say that lightly. What happens is this, right? The neighbors hold their stuff in front of things. So that makes all of us who have one car or less than one car, we are faced with a situation where, thank you, Jesus. We're faced with a situation where we are actually have to find parking somewhere else. And then see me walking like 30 blocks to get home. Yes, turn this car off, baby. Yeah. Okay, so let's make something. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working on the cephalopod right here, and or let me know which quick. You want to see me work on a cephalopod? Or you want to see me work on the gremlins? Because I always have like incomplete stuff, you know. And so let me know right now. Just tell me down in the chat. It says, hey, Greg, work on the squiddy. Work on the cephalopod, which is like the combination. You see the cephalopod, You can work on that. I can work on this one. I could just kind of finish up, fill in some of the blanks in it, or I can just go ahead and start working on the gremlin, because I got some time. I got to wait here until the they pass, because I can't move the car until like 10 o'clock, because if you move the car before that time, what ends up happening is that you get a nice ticket, and they'll give you a ticket. They give you a ticket at 9:59. Okay, if it's 10 o'clock, you got to be moved out. You can move back. At 9:59, they'll actually come and give you a ticket, because you know what? They're efficient like that. The government is efficient in ticket giving. That's what they do. They do really well. So what happens is that I'll work on the cephalopod. So for the most part, therefore, understanding how these things work out and understanding how situations come to fruition, I have found that the best thing to do is sometimes don't complete the story. Just leave the story as is, because sometimes it's good to complete a sculpture, because when you finish that means you get to go on to other stuff. But that was good for me, because when I did the Dinosaur Candid story, it helped me to actually, let me put it this way so you can see it better. See my hands better. So when I started working on the Dinosaur Candid story, it was a way to release my pressure, because I was just so upset with the insurance industry that when it came to pay, they wouldn't pay. They wouldn't pay, or they find a reason not to pay. So I was just glad to be able to do the Dinosaur Candid story as a release from that pressure. And that turned into a nice little story. I was able to make some things, and every time I did a different like sculpture stuff, I would always bring them with me, like how I do with these things here. But these things, the masking tape stuff is so much more durable than the masking tape. Oh, let's see some work on that squid. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, cool. I'll work on that squid. Okay, so I'm gonna do that right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just this is the squid. I think ammonites are one of the coolest looking creatures. There's another one that has like the long, like conical shape. There's like the ones that are like the I think Osteoceras or something like that. They're like, their heads are like this, and they're just big like long spikes like that, right? I think that is amazing. I just love that, how that works out. So, but the one that for me in the story was like they could fly and they were able to do stuff. I have to show you guys a picture. I'll just give you guys a link to that one of the episodes, because I had like I was like looking at the whole Iron Man thing, and I had a thing called Iron Allosaurus, and he was pretty cool. He was like one of the Allorex was moonlighting as a superhero, but not really a superhero. He was just kind of like doing his own thing for himself, and but then he later became a superhero because he had powers. And then, not powers like, inherently power, but, machine power. He was a thinker. But he wasn't the one always making the suits. He had other help making the suits and stuff like that, So, what ended up happening was, so what I'm doing is this, right? I'll just show you real quick. This is, see, because since it's like only masking tape, you have to kind of bridge the situation in there. You have to make sure that when you do it, it's able to support its own weight. See, if you have it like where there's not enough weight to it, what happens? It'll collapse. And see, the thing is, like, see my masking tape. See how it is? It's not sticking to my fingers. Like, for example, this is sticking to my fingers, because this is the way it is, right? When it's like there's a non-sticky side, right? And then there's the sticky side, right? So what happens? Like when I make my stuff, I make it so there's no sticky sides, right? No sticky sides. It's not sticking to me. It won't stick to anything else. I mean, there's a couple of areas where it will catch stuff, But for the most part, what ends up happening is, we have I have to just kind of make it in such a way that it doesn't stick to me. So I put it like this way, and then incidentally what happens with the masking tape, it becomes stronger and stronger the more you use it. So when I first made stuff, I made stuff really big and really like, just massive. And then as I got better, I began to make things really thin. So for example, like see how this is really thin? This is really thin but still strong, because masking tape is like very, very, it'll bend a little bit, but see, I'm holding my one leg, you see? Because I got it down to the science of it all, where you can actually make some really cool designs that are not what do you call it, too bulky, and it's a very lightweight material. So you can actually make a mask with this thing, like a whole like face mask, and it won't give you neck fatigue, which is really cool. So anyway, let's do some squiddy action here. So yeah, so I like octopus. I would love to have one as a pet. You see, all octopus are venomous, which means they have venom, as well as my bearded dragon. She is venomous. I found out that bearded dragons have venom. I didn't know that. I mean, she doesn't bite us or nothing like that. And she's also really docile, but they say they have in their saliva is venom. So they have that, and it's pretty interesting. So I don't know how potent the potency or latency of it all, but spiders have venom too. And so spiders, I don't know about it. Spider-Man doesn't bite people, But I mean, O'Hara, Miguel O'Hara from 2099 Spider-Man. He's like a Spider-Man vampire type thing, which is interesting, very interesting. But anyway, so then we're going all over the place with subjects and topics. But yeah, so there's different things like back to the squid and to the octopus. The octopus and stuff like that. What happens is like you have it where the majority of creatures that they have things that they help just digest their food. It's not really necessary for for just biting villains and opponents and stuff. So when she bites like those the mealworms like I was showing before, like here's like the waxworms, right? The waxworms. These ones here are like pretty much like really nice and little bitty things here. So they're really soft body. They're like soft body. What do you call it? Caterpillar, moth, pupae. What's the name of it? Like cocoon, larva, like larva for the turns to moth. So it's like moth larvae. It's like kind of thing, just like the moth is, right? It turns into a moth afterwards, which is cool. And Barb chases the moth and she eats them. They say that you're not supposed to leave any food in the cage anyway. It's like every day you're supposed to clean it out. And so sometimes anyway, so yeah, so that's that. And then for the most part though, yeah, she's going through a thing called brumation, and brumation is where she slows down. So back to the thing about octopus. You see, octopus are like I've went to many all you can eat buffets, buffets. I say buffets. And what happens is like they have there's a thing where they it's like I've eaten a couple of them and the squids too. The calamari, right? Which is like that's what probably would be eaten if they had existed to this day. If there was that. See now at this point, right? I can actually like ball up some tape and stick it in there to keep the shape, which I don't usually normally do because I don't like that. But I'm gonna do it just for you guys. Because why not? I'm here. Oh, the thing too. If you ever get a chance to, right, Rachel, if you get a chance to do this, right, take like what do you call it? Anybody else is watching? What happens like this, right? You take this here, right, and you take the tape in the dark, and you just go like that, and you'll see a light. It's amazing. It really is. I can't capture it on my camera. I mean, I really haven't put much effort into trying to capture it. I did it one time, but the most part though, it's like I can't capture it. My eyes can see it, but it's like the camera can't see it. You know how our eyes are more intense than the camera, right? So what happens is that when you do that, you actually can see a light. It's like they call it tribo, T-R-I-B-O, triboluminescence, which is the action of when you pull something apart, it creates static electricity. So I always wonder about that. I'm wondering, like, am I charging myself up? Am I being charged, or am I being like super staticky? I don't really know. I mean, I'd watch like maybe the dust would come flying out here or something, and I'm not really sure. But for the most part, though. So for the most part, though, you have it where I'm just like thinking that maybe, just maybe, what it is that maybe there's something happening because they say that whenever you do stuff with your hands, it's called the haptic system. Haptic where you have to touch stuff. And it's like I think all of us creatives have this like we're addicted to touching stuff. We have to touch stuff and make it like work for us. And when we touch stuff, it kind of like gives us a response like a dopamine release or and so we're really totally like we're hooked on making stuff. What can I say? But for the most part, though, it's like one of those things where if you are what is that? If you are making, I wonder if this kind of works with it, because I mean we're electrical beings. Like the thing about like when you put your foot on the ground, they call it grounding, right? When you go to the beach, it's like you get the ions and everything like that. Those things kind of help your body, to process stuff, And so the way it works is that we are constantly not touching the ground, constantly touching the earth, And so when we actually do touch the earth, like, you get like, you go get some sunning. I get the sunlight. Look, I'm sitting in my car, getting some of the sun. Get that UV because for they say black people, because of our skin, the depth of our skin, we don't get as much melanin, right? So we don't get enough sunlight or vitamin D3. Our body has to make it. Our body produces D3. That's where our body makes it, but it needs sunlight to do that. So it has to be exposed to UV sources. So so pretty much, that's why it's like I guess back in the whole tribal thing where people wore as less clothes as possible, because I mean that's how it is. You didn't wear clothes because you needed the sunlight so you could like be healthy, and you'd run through the fields and all kind of stuff. Someone said about that too. You work a job that's not conventional, or you work a job that makes you have to do stuff, and that's better for your body than working a job that you have to sit in front of the computer all day. And so, I mean, I remember when I was in college, I had to sit in front of a computer, and my eyes started to go. I started like not go, but it's like my eyes started to get like I had to wear glasses, And then I lost my glasses, I recently lost my glasses. And I was able to get my sight better, which is like I don't understand how that works, but I always wonder about that. Like the things that help us kind of hurt us, So I don't know, maybe the damage is complete and done, but if there's a way to reverse that damage, there's ways to reverse that. I think we should like look into that, as much as possible to look into ways to reverse the damage. I'm gonna make a big ball I'm gonna stick it inside. Yeah. You just laugh. You just gotta laugh. So anyway, so what happens is this, right? You just make this here, and I make this into a big ball, and like that. And so I'm gonna make it into a big ball, and then like this, and just kind of put this inside right here. This will keep it from collapsing. My kids, when they sculpt, they do like this. They actually make a big ball, and then that's what changes the weight ratio. So me, I don't particularly make it like this. This will keep it from collapsing because I'm trying to make it as lightweight as possible. So what happens is I'm making it lightweight as possible. This is how it works out. So yeah, I'm making like they go like really intense. So my kids have a different style and different way of doing stuff. And I'm just like really happy about the fact that my kids really want to be part and help me with art, as well as they have their own art and stuff too. So eventually, what's gonna happen with that? They're gonna actually just do their own thing, but for the most part, maybe we could do like a family type thing, the empire, which I would really love because I think it's so cool when families do things together, and I mean, not rule the world and stuff, but pretty much, do stuff that's really cool. So, all right, so keep the squid here so you can see it. This is a squid. Put it like on my shoulder. Squid on my shoulder. Makes me happy. I'll put it right here. So the name of the squid in the Dinosaur Candid story, or the squid, the octopus, his name was Oberon. Oberon, like the moons of Mars? Mars moon? You got Charon? Oberon? See, I gotta look it up now. I gotta look it up. It's been a while. So anyway, so it happens like one of the moons. I think the Pluto. The Pluto moon is moons of Pluto is Oberon, Charon, and all that. But they say Pluto itself is a moon, so. Well, what do you do? And they say Pluto's not a planet. I don't believe that. Say what you want. I don't believe that. Okay, that Pluto's a planet, or it's not a moon. We love our Pluto, right? So, for the most part, though, yeah. So the the scenario is that I'm just gonna put this in here, and in the Dinosaur Candy story, they could fly. The cephalopods could fly. They could actually have the ability to fly. So they leave the water, and they had their own self-contained system. So they can cloak and clone and hide. They can clone and cloak and. What was that? Is that a big old crow? What was that? You're flying. Yo, crows are crazy. You ever seen a crow? Oh my word! Crows and ravens, they are big birds. If I was gonna make a bird, I'd make a raven and a crow. I mean, them suckers are like, they are smart. Those are the smart land animals. They're saying in terms of like the animals that are smart and are very like intelligent, they can solve things with tools. You got the squid thing going on. You got the octopus. When you got creatures that could do with tools, you also have chimpanzees, and you got like crows and ravens and stuff. I think it's crows. Yeah, but I think it's ravens and crows. They're the smart black birds. They're very 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 smart. So okay. I'm taking this out. Let's see if I can put this in there. So what ends up happening is that as there's a conical shape of the conical shape of not conical shape. This is more like spherical shape of the ammonite shell. Is that of it kind of goes from smaller to bigger. Now I have it like this, that way I can actually install the squiddy. The octopus right here, and I can have it right there. So there's that. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cover it up, but before that, I'm gonna kind of fill up all the holes with tape. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and see how it is, right? So now see it's sticky, still sticky to my hand, right? So what I'm gonna do is gonna put it like this. I want to meet David Copperfield. Anybody has any connections to meet David Copperfield? It would be kind of cool to meet him. I don't know about all his stuff. I haven't recently. All I know him from my childhood. It'd be kind of cool if it's gotten dark or has different things in life that makes him a villain, or he's running with P. Diddy or something. Then that's something I'll change my take on that. But until then, I might just just look to actually meet him, or just see him. If anybody has any connections, that'd be great. So that'd be cool because it's like that's cool. Just do some magic, like, kind of good, kind of thing. That would be great for me. I would just love that. Anyway, so yeah, so this is like this. So okay, so we have a plan. I'm gonna be doing some kind of cool artwork in this in January, and I can't tell you guys too much about it. See, someone said don't tell too much about what you're gonna do. I mean, you can, and then do it, but it's like when you have like a long plan that requires other people, it's like sometimes it's harder to actually formulate such things because you're not exactly sure how it's going to play out. I've had many things. We were going to do a mural art paint thing, and that didn't fizz out, unfortunately. And I want to do that so badly. My daughter is like all into that. She wants to do like my eldest daughter. She's all about art as well. Her page, by the way, her page is Guggenheir. It's Guggenheir Studios. I have it on my link tree. No, and my link tree is on the. If you follow the link tree app, it'll take you to hers as well as my son's. His is Arsenal Productions. My daughter's Guggenheir Studio. Like, why did you spell Guggenheir? She's like, I don't know. I like the name. I was like, all right, Guggenheir. So she picked Guggenheir, and it was like she did that as her thing. So she has all these cool videos she puts up every week, and so she's trying to get to monetization as well. And so I'm glad I'm monetized. It took me forever to get there, and I lost it, and I got it back. And it was during the pandemic stuff. But anyway, we go back to talking about the cephalopods and squids and stuff. Yeah. So okay. So what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna like leave this in here, leave it like that because this is good enough. It won't collapse. Because the masking tape, it like again, it becomes like wire, but it can. I'm gonna see if I can make it like see like this or this like that. See how it is, nice and shaping. I'm gonna cover it up with all the tape to make it like fulfilled and better. So I'll do this. So so it's like I think it's after 10 now. I'm gonna go in there and get me some food, eat some breakfast, baby. Yeah, because I usually work overnight, so working not overnight but early morning, like early morning shift. And so today is like my day off. That's why I do a lot of my videos on Tuesday, Thursday. Well, before I started working, I actually used to do a lot on Thursdays because Thursdays is kind of like they say when you do like videos, right? You have to not compete with the big dogs, right? So before then, I used to listen to all these different podcasts, right, and different things. And then what happened was like I couldn't put my thing on the same time as theirs because if you did it at their time, people would like start watching you and they'd leave you, you leave right in the middle of that, and so they go to the other big dogs. So now it's like I figured, okay, well the best time for me to do this stuff is like actually early morning. It's like really early morning, but I can't do that early morning. I mean, might have to more so, but what happens? I have to just get on the ball and make it more so. So right now, okay, so I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. Right now what I'm doing, I'm just kind of doing this thing here where I'm kind of covering up all the seams, right? And I'm making it pronounced as I do it. And this seam is going to be like really significant, but it's going to have the conical shape. See that? It's going to have the big old shape, right? And as you do that, it's going to just kind of go and I don't know what this video looks like when you fast play it. I do a lot of fast play time-lapse stuff too, because I like that time-lapse things. And I do a lot of how-tos on my members channel. But here it is, just kind of do that. And I got good parking, so I'm really happy for that. So I'm nearby, and that's good for us later. And it's on today's on a Thursday. I should probably just put it on the Friday side, but I mean tomorrow I gotta do this again with the all-on-time parking. So where we are, they have the all-on-time parking and the thing. So okay, I was able to get that done. So I'm gonna take this food but no, before I do that, I'm just gonna see if I can finish a lot of this cephalopod. And I keep saying cephalopod. This is some ammonite shell. In the Museum of Natural History, they have some really beautiful ones of these. I mean, I'm gonna eventually get one or make one in resin and stuff because I just love the way these things work out. Good too. My neighbors. I got cool neighbors. I also got stinky neighbors. Don't we all? All right. Don't we all? But that was a cool neighbor. See, because back in the day when I had my other car, he helped me out. And he helped me with just advice and stuff. And then I tried to do a process of elimination. I found out that it was the water pump that was broken. I had to repair that. That was fun. What's interesting? I like the fact that I can take you guys with me on my life and just kind of see some of my art and things that I do. I mean, I can't take you everywhere, obviously, but you're taking me a lot of places, though. You guys seen a lot of me, but some more than others. But for the most part, though, you're able to see a lot into my life and see some of the cool stuff I do. Because I mean, I just, I always don't lose that sense of wonder, really. Just don't lose that sense of wonder. Always think of ways to do more stuff that's cool and to, change the way the outlook on life is. Because, I mean, honestly, life is really short, And so it's like I have one life and must urge is my thing. How I developed that name, that's a whole story in of itself. One day I'll probably, I don't really know how that came to be, the name One Life Must Hurt. I mean, it's a couple of things. But I'll tell you what it is. I mean, just what I understand it to be. What I understand it to be is that it's one of those things where, only one life and soon it will pass. There's a song, it was like when we were in Bible school, they talked about that. It says, only one life and soon it will pass. Only what's done for Christ will last. Only one life and soon it will pass. Only what's done for Christ will life. Talking about legacy, and about how there's, concerning how life is, you'll be remembered up to 3 generations, and then after that you'll be forgotten. You'll be like one of the people, like the bridges, they get named after a bridge and then they don't remember you. But they say when you do something, it'll you have to do something that'll stay, that'll change the world, and not for your own legacy's sake, but for the good of mankind's sake. Now, I don't know in the long run how well masking tape art will be. I don't think it's the masking tape that makes people come to me and watch my stuff. I think it's because I think it's kind of like people want to see, like, how I handle situations and things, and want to see how our life is, and and realize that I'm a living person. I'm not like a robot or a drone. I'm probably like training the AI, all my conversation. But for the most part, though, there's only be one, in the whole history of the world. There'll never be another one of me, just like there'll never be another one of you. You're gonna be the only person ever in history to be you. There'll never be another you. So that's like, I think about how significant and awesome that is, and also how scary and responsible that must be, because no one can tell you how to be you, right? And I'm gonna look back and be like, okay, in my life, it'll have the the stuff with the church and things, and growing up, and then my family, and then things with body paint in there, as well as probably surviving the skinny dip in January, if I decide to do that. It might just be like, it's too cozy today, I'm gonna do it. But I've been like, and also like I did the Y2K thing, where when the year 2000 went over, I didn't go that night because I thought that was madness, but I went in the morning, the 31st, and I walked around Times Square because they it wasn't sealed up yet, so the day before, and I walked around, that's the morning of, and I was able to see some of the cool stuff there, and then when I look at it, I look at how significant it was that I got a chance to do that, because everybody was so afraid the world would end on the Y2K, and then nothing happened, and that was amazing. But I didn't go for the night, because I was like, if something were to happen, that's where you do not want to be. You don't want to be in, like, in a sense, a ground zero situation. And living here in New York, we are like pretty much always on the mind of the world. The whole world thinks about us here in New York. And we are about, like 8 miles outside of New York, outside of Manhattan, about 8 miles, which is like, I hope they never do anything significant or dangerous, like drop a, active, a Moab on us or something, But for the most part, though, we are there, and you have to kind of, like, there's a movie like that. What is it? Like a movie with I think Shin Ultraman, right? If you get a chance to watch that movie, and I saw it at a Kaiju Brooklyn last year when I went to Kaiju Brooklyn, and Kaiju Brooklyn is like, they have monsters, all the Japanese monsters. So I was like, I gotta go. So I mean, I want to get a vendor table, so I'll probably at some point go there and be like a vendor there. But for the most part, then what happens is I got a chance to be part of. I got a good chance to go there and see it, and they had this part of the movie where it was like the part of the movie where it's like, you have the part of the movie where it's they have a unit, what do you call it? Solar system destroyer, right? That just kind of like, they could see it from Earth, and it's a solar system destroyer that comes to destroy the entire solar system, and it's just hanging over the air. It's like kind of the thing, like Judgment, just sitting there waiting, and there's nothing to see. They're like, well, what do we do? And people are like, some people, stop working, and they're just kind of sitting there waiting. And then we're like, well, you gotta keep working, you gotta keep going. And so there's like that presence, just the fact that your life, life is, God gave us life for a little bit, and He gave it to us to glorify Him, honestly. So at the end of the day, we have to give back His life to Him and say, here, thank you for the life we live. It looks like that I'm like an animal skull. It's like, I'm a fishman. I'm a fish, kind of thing. But for the most part, though, you have to, give it back to the Most High and be grateful and thank you for this life, And so I'm grateful for all the people who have supported me in my art, and who's been there and who's helped me. And, I have money in my pocket to buy the stuff I need. So I thank God for that. I got a roof over my head, and I got my family. And I'm really happy and grateful for those things, because they're not things. They're like, very important, people in my life that, just, I thank God for them. So I'm very glad for that I'm able to do this art. And this art is kind of like an accumulation of all the stuff I've ever done since I was a kid. So it's like, it just kind of goes on to say that, you don't, I think I messed it up. I think I messed up the thing. Oh goodness, I'm messing up my okay. It goes this way and then that way, right? So it's like this, right? It goes like this and like this, like that. Oh, I'm messing up. Okay, so yeah, thank God for because the biggest part has to be here. It has to be the big bulgy right there, right? Because the way the shell is growing, right? The shell is growing like this is the hole, right? But the hole it grows from this way, and as it's growing this way, it starts to rotate more, right? So it's gonna be like that. So it's kind of rolling. I don't know, clockwise, counterclockwise, depending on how you look at it, but it's rolling forward, right? And so the thing is, if you make the shell, this part, like, really big, or you break the pattern, like, the pattern comes this way and goes this way, like this way, you know, it's supposed to get smaller as it goes in, right? Smaller as it goes in. So you have to keep that in mind. So I'm just gonna close up the holes on the side, right? Gonna make the, you know, I've seen people do this really cool thing with it. You know, this is like what I'm really not supposed to be doing right now. I really should be working at the sculpture and finishing this thing, but I really got into this. So all right. So let me just go ahead and just knock this out, and yeah. Okay, so this here goes here to the mouth of the cave. That's where it goes. The mouth of the cave is right here. You don't go to the around the top. Yeah, this is the mouth of the cave, and this is where it kind of like it rolls up, because this part is supposed to be continuously growing on an ammonite. So you have like the ammonite, the hood, right? You got a little hood thing going on here. So that's the hood, the chutzpah, right there. There, not a chutzpah, but it's the hood part like that. And then you have it where it's like this part is growing, right? And you have like there it's growing. So there. So I'm gonna just kind of close up the side holes. And I can leave it open for little windows. But they were more like machines in the Dinosaur Kansas story. But they were full-size giant squids and giant osteoderms. Osteoderms is like the skin on they're the skin on the dinosaur. That's the big old osteoderms. Osteo and derm is on the skin. So, but it was osteoceras. Osteo is like the long-headed thingies. If you get a chance to look at it, you'll understand what I'm saying. They're big, like conical shaped thingies with long heads. And this is like the Death Star. It is not a bat. That is not a moon. That's not a moon. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just seal this up right here, so it's like sealed. Then I'm gonna make it more pronounced, make it nice and balanced on both sides. Got a nice big ridge on top. So there's a company called Safari, right? And they make all these cool toys, right? When I was doing Dinosaur Kansas story, I use a lot of the Safari stuff, you know, to emphasize and embellish that story, because they were such cool toys. And I was like, you know what, it's pretty cool. So I've seen so many of those things that's actually embedded, and this is like things I make too is from anatomy. So anatomical, anatomic. Oh. So it's like what happens, like their way it is, it's like it's made so. Wow, I'm almost talking for 2 hours. Okay, so the thing is, like, you know, have it where the anatomical structures, right, are based on reality, and it's not based upon the it's not based upon abstract. The things I don't make abstract things. I don't know how to make abstract things. You know, abstract is not my. I mean, if it looks similar to nature, I can make it. And I'll work on that. I mean, I tried to. I guess the body paint stuff is kind of abstract, but even the painting is kind of like based on, you know, following the contours of a person. You know, when Andy does the painting, he makes faces. He always makes, in all his art, he makes faces. You know, so it's like the image and the facial features of stuff. So that's his thing. I haven't got to the point where I make just faces, because I think for me, I like my favorite things to make are like the reptiles and the lizards and stuff. See, so I'm making a little curl, even more, a little more pronounced, right? Then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna box it up. It should be like, actually I probably should have it pushed in, because it's like the way it comes across. Yeah, it starts off small and gets bigger as it rolls out. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm cover it up with some tape, and then I'm gonna get me some food, because I'm pass out on live stream, and you're gonna be like, oh goodness, Greg just passed out. He's like, ugh, you know, like, oh, he's fainted, you know, goodness, he's fainted. So that'd be like, what do you do? Who do you call? You know. And then so that's kind of the scenario there for that. This guy doesn't run into me. These people, these neighbors. All right, so here goes this, right? So here's this side is there. Big old truck. I'm gonna choose a truck there. Okay, so this is that one there. One side. Now I'm gonna go on this side and seal that side up too. Don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Let's see if you can back up more. I mean, that's the thing too. You gotta make sure you park in such a way that you don't take up 2 spots. I said if people take up 2 spots, no problem. But, let it be. Okay, so there's that. All right, there's that. And now it's all sealed up. It looks like a fish mouth. And then the fish mouth of it all. So yeah, so remember, you're the only you that will ever exist in society, in history. You know, you're the only you. There'll never be another you. So, you know, leave a legacy. So what people end up doing, they end up like, you know, donating to somebody's foundation and stuff, or they end up like, you know, making some kind of like significant something or other. I think he can make it. I think he got this space. Is he gonna make it? I don't know if he's gonna make it. All right. There's that. There's that. All right. So it spins. So it's like it's almost like the bottom part is not to be connected to the top part. So you have that there. I'll put it back up a little bit. I don't know if I can. I'm at the bus stop. I can't go any further. Yeah. I can't go back any further. So let's see. I'm going to. See, so this like so. Oh no, my battery's gonna low on my headphones. Okay, folks. So I'm gonna just finish up this like little area right here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just run inside, get me some cereal, get some food, some probably peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm gonna set this jammy up and start my day. I have to finish up the other sculptures. But yeah, my friends, I thank you so much for these things. You know, I love watching you guys' art too as well. So definitely, you know, follow me. I'll follow you back. And I just totally enjoyed all the stuff you guys do. And yep. This is, see, so inside is sticky, right? Inside is sticky. Hi, hello. Totally not Mrs. Savage. So there's that, right? So now you have that here, and like this right there. Huh. Well, I guess that car's gonna fit. Try and fit. All right, so this is what I'm gonna stop for here for now. I mean, maybe I'll make it a little smaller. He's got a little hoodie thing, right? Don't hit me, please don't hit me. I'm all twisted. You know, I don't have no horn. See, like, I press the horn I want, there's no horn, right? Yeah, that's all you got. That's it. So there it goes. So this, my friend, is ammonite. So I'm gonna make it so he hooks in there, but I mean, I like the part he can actually come apart. So it actually becomes an actual octopus and ammonite. This is 2 for the price of 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you 2 can have one of these ammonite. Oh, I know. So I think they have more legs, because you know squids have like, you know, they have like 10 legs or 10, you know, whereas octopi, the octopuses they have, what do you call it? They have only 8, you know. So my friends, you know I'm the only one here. Yeah, I'm glad that you're here, actually. Thank you so much for being here. Well, actually, there's other people who show up. Appreciate that. Looking great. Enjoy your meal. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna take that as a cue. This is here the this is hello, I am an ammonite, and now I'm an octopus, but now I'm an ammonite. So anyway, so this is there. I don't want to be annoying. So my friends, I want to thank you so much for watching me today do this art. I have to put the seal on it and be complete with it, but this is something we made, you know, working on together. And see, and it's pretty durable, so we're like, and it's like, it's pretty durable. So that's what makes it really cool, so it doesn't like collapse upon itself. See, that's why when I make my art stuff, it's durable art. So I just take them and I just chuck them. And here's eating a fish, because that's what ammonites do. They eat fish, and that's what squids do. They eat fish, and fish was like a very important character in my Dinosaur Candid story, and this is so cool. So how am I? I'm doing good. Well, I'm about to go eat some food. My friends, I'm going to wrap my bags up, and then in the meantime, when it happens, I want to say thank you so much for watching. So I'm going to put my penguin into the bag. Boom! Put my squid into the bag. Boom! Put my fish into the bag. Boom! Put my gremlin into the bag. Put my Diplocolus, which is a 6-legged Diplocolus. Okay, bye. They don't leave yet. Okay, so this is a 6-legged Diplocolus. And that's the thing. And yeah, so I'm gonna probably do another one tonight. Tonight I'm gonna do probably a live. I usually do live body paints tonight, But tonight, maybe like after I get done with the family pictures, I might do a live body paint. But okay, cool. I like that. If you guys enjoy the body paint stuff, let me know, okay? Because I enjoy doing them. What I don't enjoy washing it off, because when you have to wash off all that ink, it's like it's just makeup. You wash off makeup, and it's like it's. But the other day I did one, and it was like the white paint, and the white paint was just like it just stayed on me for days, and I was just like itchy. So anyway, so for the most part though, this is here. I'm gonna wrap up my stuff. Here's me taking my keys out of the ignition, and my battery's running low on my headset. So I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I want to say God bless you, and I wish you all the best. And definitely let me know when you guys are gonna put your next videos up. I wish you all the best. Putting the tripod down. All right. So God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. So peace, and thank you for watching. Bye.